Well, today we're going to replace the driver's side door glass because if you remember when we picked up the 67 Firebird back in September of 2020 in Oklahoma, some little shithead snot-nosed brat blew out the driver's door glass and the passenger's vent window. So let's get to this. Let's do this. Come on. All right, now I didn't order my glass from any Firebird or other online. I called up a local independent glass person, asked for some references amongst my locals, and gentleman was able to sell me the driver's door glass and the front windshield for about 140 a piece, somewhere in there in the neighborhood. So let's open this up and let's see what we're dealing with here. Yep, that looks like glass to me. All right, cool. More cardboard for leaks. Well, as you can see, here is the results of little snot-nosed kids and back there in Oklahoma shot the damn thing out. Now, remember, 67s, Camaros, and Firebirds are the only ones that have the vent window. In 68, it was a full piece of glass. It's a little bit different. And since the glass isn't there, notice that, that's amazing. All we got to do is take off that nut down there, and then we're going to have to get in here and just clean out that channel. And yeah, oh boy, that's going to be so much fun. Nice. All right, let's get to cleaning. May 18th through the 21st in St. Louis, Missouri this year is the 3rd annual Firebird Fest. And I'm, hopefully, all things going correctly, we'll have the 67 Firebird 400 on the road and driving and attending Firebird Fest 23. Remember, that's May 18th to the 21st, 2023. If you want to meet me, check out the car, come to Firebird Fest, May 18th to the 21st, 2003, St. Louis, Missouri. You would run that glass down to about right in here so you can pull that off. Let's see what we can do. And probably grease up all the tracks while we're there. All right, so just all the way to the bottom. Let's just see. We want to take this to the bottom. There we go. Now I think we can get in there. Let me get you in there as well. So right there is that nut. And it looks like a 7/16, but I'm going to go shoot some PB blaster on it and then get in there and see if I can't pull that out of there. A little PB. Got it. See if I can go in here and just kind of one handle this. Well, maybe two hands. Just rolling off of it. Here it comes. There's the first part. Flathead washer, it looks like. Then glass falling everywhere. There's a little plastic piece. Then there's going to be a bolt that goes through to the other side. I don't feel anything on that other side, and there's that part right there. So that's the only bolt that holds anything together. Now it's just a matter of cleaning out that channel. All right, so I got you over top here. I'm going to zoom you in. We can kind of see what I'm going to be doing here. Let's see. How's that? I think that'll work right there. We got to get all that glass out of that channel. And I'm just going to use a basic pick set to try to pick out all that glass in there. Let's see how well I can do here. Shit, might have to buy me a new pick after this. Well, probably should clean this up. Got glass everywhere. Well, now we're safe. All right, got rid of all that glass now. Well, while cleaning the door out, I found a few things. Found two of these clips here. Got those two. And I'm assuming that's for the door lock that I'm missing. And it looks like the rubber side, the other side of that bolt that goes to that window. So I got that. Bonus. Let's say you're going, hey Brian, but I don't have a broken glass. I just want to move it out of the track. So let's say you're thinking, but Brian, I don't need to replace my glass. I just want to pull it out so I can, work on it or do something or paint the car. Well, to get the glass out, if it's still in, there's a Phillips head bolt there. And then there's one. If you go back here just a little bit in the door, there's another one right there. Take those two out, and the whole window and the bottom metal assembly will come right out. So let's remove those two bolts, and I'll show you. This mechanism. Okay, now once you have those screws undone, you need to take off, this is your door stop, right, or your window stop. Now you can see I got some stuff on there because we were coating that, but that should be, yep, that 9/16. I'll just go ahead and we'll unattach it now. As you can see, my brother painted the car back in the early 90s, so I'll have at least a reference mark as to, because of the paint, as to where this stop will go back on. But if you need to, you can mark yours, or you can just adjust it free willy. Let's see if I can pull this off by hand now. There's that bolt. That little screw, I should say, a little bitty sucker. And then this here just pulls right up and out. And as you can tell, you can see the marks where, let's see if I can get this better for you. You can then kind of see where that top of that door is supposed to be at. So we know where to put it back when it comes time. So hold on to these two things because you're going to need them. Put them in a little baggie. Get that in there. So there is another backstop right here. You can see that. The fuck was that? Oh fuck. And it didn't shatter? Holy shit. Oh. All right. I had the back glass sitting on the back of the car and didn't think anything of it. And all of a sudden you heard that big crash. Glass fell. So I moved it over here and no, nothing's broken. That's cool. Yeah. Heart attack city. Heart attack city. All right. Refocus. Focus. Back to that glass stop right there. Now, where the hell were we? Oh, yeah. Taking off this other door stop here. So that's kind of get an idea here where it's at. Kind of see just a little bit of a part of my finger there. We want to take this off now. And again, it looks like there's going to be some paint and stuff to mark that. There's the screw, and out comes that back door stop. And then I'm just going to put the screw in it so I don't lose it. And we'll add it to our hardware. All right, now we'll bring this up. And now it's out. Woot woot. afraid to let this go, but it looks like it's... I want to see where this lines up. No, it still has to go down forward. See if I crank this down a little. See if I can use that to... Let's see if I can get out that rubber track, that U-channel. Looks like I can. Okay. It actually looks like it's in decent shape. All right, it's just a little bit of Windex, and I was able to clean this up where it looks pretty decent. So now I'm just trying to see how much of that needs to go on there. There's that. So that will slide. So let's put it back in and let's see what happens now. If we bring this up and in. So about like so. I would say that's pretty much where it needs to go. Let's see if we can't lube that up. So I'm just going to spray a little WD-40 down that track. Let's see where we come up with now. Still needs to go down in that channel a little more. Still not where I'd want it. All right, so before we put our glass back in, we're going to take our channel here, our rubber channel, and we're going to fit it back down to the metal part of that door. So it just simply goes in, and you may have to use a screwdriver and kind of persuade it to go back down in there, but we'll get it in there real quick here. Give us a little love tap here. All right, that got that one in, so let's go over here. Get this front part in. Good, good. This back part. And then I think we can just... Cool, let's grab our glass. Okay, we're gonna test fit the window. Remember, that hole has to line up with the metal hole there. I'm gonna lube that channel up. So I'm just gonna take some WD-40, because it's what I have on hand. I'm gonna spray it inside that channel to give our window some lubrication. And I'm gonna kind of lightly tap it and see if I can. About halfway in there. So I'm gonna lower it down. I'm gonna try to go about halfway. Let's try tapping in one more time. Now we are still just not reaching it. I wonder. Wait a little more. This is not as easy as I thought it was going to be. Now this here is our original U channel that fits down into here. Now if you need to, you might have to push this in, use a little force to get it to get in there. Now if yours is damaged or non-usable, you can't just buy these alone. You have to buy this as a complete assembly. And that's a pain in the ass because they're $75 for just this when if it's good. You can use just get some urethane and just coat it, just build it up in there, line it up with your bolt hole in the glass, and let it sit overnight. Then you can install it. But let's see if we can't reuse this and get it back in that track like that. Let's just go ahead and see if we can't just push this down. Oh. Take the whole thing with us. Okay, there's part of it. We'll go about middle. Good, that's all we got to do. And come on. All right. Then we can just use this to kind of push down the rest. And it looks like we're in business. Sweet. Okay, now we'll lube this up. This is our original hardware. And I don't know if there's much we can do for this or not. It's kind of the way it goes together here. But let's go grab our glass and see if we can't get this installed. Glass. And the trick is going to be to install that just like this. So I'm wondering if go like that. We know that needs to go there. About like that. Of course, that's going to be a tight fit. So we just can't tap this. All right, this is install attempt number 798. Just kidding. It's more like number 7 or 8, but it felt like it. This is what I found that worked. I'll show you later on what this gasket is. I bought it off of Amazon. I'll put a link. You can buy it yourself. You simply just drop this, wrap it around the glass. You set it into the glass. You take some of these things and you push it together and tighten it down and leave it overnight. And that's what I did. And this is the only thing that seemed to work for me. I tried putting Vaseline on it. I tried putting motor oil on the old original seal to try to get the glass back in. That didn't work. Tried WD-40. I tried just about everything the internet said. And one of my frustrations was that because this is a 67 F body, that only 67 F bodies have a wing vent, which means the door glass is different in 67. 68 and 69 have a different design, and of course then the second gens and third gens and on have a one-piece design. So with that being said, the other possibility that I was going to do if this did not work was to take my original gasket, cut it into 2 little 1-inch sections, and use that to just basically support the glass in that bottom frame, and then take black urethane and just squeeze it in there and let it set up overnight. That was going to be my game plan if this did not work. But I was not able to pull it apart, and I didn't try my full force, but definitely gave it some effort to try to pull the glass apart, and it wouldn't come out. I didn't see any movement. The glass is fully seated to the bottom of the frame, so I think we're good to go. So I'm just going to go ahead and clean this glass up, and let's get it back in the channel and back on the door. So we have some door glass finally after 3 years of blown out glass because of punk nose, snot nose, bullet shooting neighbors' kids. Ugh. All right, so this is the stuff I use. Little 3/32, I think, is what the actual that right there. If I can zoom in on that there, that is the part number that I use, and there'll be a link down below. You can get yourself some. And it comes in these two. I'd say they're 24 inches long, so you get a little bit of extra. You can kind of see right there. You get about as much as you need to go this way. But what you do is, so we'll pretend this is the bottom side. You simply take it and you kind of fold it in half. See, like this. Fold it in half, like so. And it's sort of sticky. And then you stick it on the window like this, where your guide is. And then you take the guide and you stick it onto there. And then you put those clamps on and clamp it down. That's good. So I have enough to do one more window if I needed to, but I don't. So I'm just going to hold on to it and put it away for safekeeping. So now that it's been a couple days, I let it sit 24 hours in the vise, in the clamps, and so now I'm going to just trim off this excess here. Take a razor blade and just kind of go in here. Take a razor blade. I'm just going to cut off this excess. Just like this. Just take it and all the way. Just following the edge of that metal. Till you get to the end there. Then we'll kind of just pick up on it here and peel it away. Of course, then this here will become trash. Okay, that's trash now. We're going to flip this over. And we'll do this side. Now, there's a little dip right here. So I'm just going to kind of cut it straight across the best I can. Hopefully, there we go. And again, you're just following that edge all the way back, taking off all that excess. Okay. And peeling it up. Throw that away. Put our knife away. Just kind of give you an idea of the strength here. This is, it's not pulling. All right. And of course, this here is the lock tab, so it's locked down there. So our window's ready. It's ready to go. You can kind of, hopefully I'm getting into where you guys can see that. But she's ready to rock and roll and put back in the car. So this is the only roller that's on the track. And we're going to use our lithium grease again and make sure it's good and lubed up. And I remember in my last video I showed you we went ahead and we lubed up the channel as well. But I know it's a little excessive, but you know, some days it's good, just good to get some white lithium grease all over the place. God damn it. Gosh darn it. Don't ever hire me to clean your windows, because I can't clean windows worth shit. All right, so there's a track down there, and the trick is kind of get her in this way, find the track, that's going to be the hardest damn part. I'm going to put some gloves on. The track that goes in is right here, going down like this. And it starts about right there. See if it's any easier to do it this way. There we go. Helps when you got a little light. Sorta. There. The key is dip this side in, then you can kind of see through the window and line that wheel roller up with the track and then let it in. Yep, and it's in there. Now we're going to install those two clips. You can kind of see that right there, it's in the track. So now we're going to put in our glass stops and then put our window into there, which you can see we didn't quite make it. So let's do that. So first thing we'll do is we'll get the screws set into here in the glass. So about there. Of course, your hands are completely filled with grease. And then on the back side here, I'll get that one real quick. What we do is we put that screw in there. That sets the glass into the actual track. And then back here, same thing here. And back here, same thing. That's that closest to the door or to the fender. There's that second one. So those two screws are all that hold the glass. So those two screws are the only thing that hold the glass and the bottom track into the actual mechanism. So next we have to put in our window stops right here. And then if you remember, my brother had painted it, so we left the paint on. So we should be able to dial this in perfectly. So this should slide in like that. See, it kind of slides in there. Oh. So this slides in, and then this nut will hold it in place. I gotta move the camera, so be right back. All right, bringing you back in. As you can see, we now have it in the right spot. All the paint marks line up. So let's do that front one. Now, this back one, it goes in like this against the metal mechanism and gets screwed down. So we'll get that one squared in right now. And if you forget, if you notice on the back side here, see how that's beveled out where the screw goes in? That we know it screws in like that. And just take the screw and just put a couple threads in there, kind of get it started. Now we can slip it in. Okay, here's the moment of truth. How well did we do? Goes. Awesome. Sweet. Now, we still have to replace this inner felt, put our felts here. And the window is a little too cockeyed this way. So like I can put a whole pinky finger in here, the very front of the glass. But as I get back here, there's only swoosh, about maybe a eighth of an inch. But it's in. Hot diggity damn dog. We did it. We got the new glass in. All right, well, this is going to wrap it up for this episode of Firebird Friday. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Please give me a thumbs up if you learned anything from this video. Please share this with your other first-gen Firebird and Camaro friends as well if they're needing to install a mirror or a window on a 67 Camaro Firebird. Kind of give an idea of how this works. So if their window's smashed out and they have to replace it, or it's scratched or whatever, this is how you pull it off. If you're not a subscriber, I'd really appreciate it if you would hit that subscribe button and follow along. We have a ton more to do to this 67 Firebird 400. With that, guys, be safe out there, and I will see you next Friday for another Firebird Friday video. Have a good one.